anything, a question, let me finish this off. Right. Anything that says pectin on the side, Pectin, pectin. And I know sisters use that to do some cooking with. To spice up their, I guess, soups and stuff like that. Anything that says isolate or concentrate. Gums. Chewing gums. That's my vice. Protein fortified anything. Enzyme fortified anything. Anything that is ultra-pasteurized. Anything that contains protease. 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 Anything that says on the side, dough conditioners. When they be kneading that bread, the shit that they put in, a dough conditioner. Protease enzyme. Fermented anything. And anything with yeast. Or yeast nutrients, to be more specific. Because these are the byproducts of manufacturing, and they just bottle it for you, make it look all good, and you buy it as a health food product. Question?
When they add vitamins to the organization, they have qualified.
I'm sorry. Say that again, beloved.
Orange juice.
Orange juice?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't buy any fortified orange juice. Don't buy anything from Tropicana. All that crap. Go and buy yourself a bag of organic oranges and squeeze it out yourself.
That's right.
Anytime when they start pasteurizing anything, they destroy the molecular bonding and you destroy the atomic spin orientation of the natural food. When that happens, then the food now no longer has the interactive component that the body recognizes as a life force. See, before we go, the life force is codified within the genus or within the species of the thing that the life force chooses to become. The life force chooses to become an orange. It has a specific code that seed now contains. And when you put that seed in, the code of that seed now creates another orange. Take that orange and boil it and put all kind of shit inside of it. It's no longer the same thing that the seed had given to you. Yeah. Now the body can't recognize it because the body is of the earth, of the dust of the ground. Yeah. But the shit that you take from Tropicana is from the vats of the what do you call it? So what you want to do? Be a child of the dust of the ground or be a child from the vat that they cook that bullshit in? So we have to understand and overstand that the foods that we take in are directly connected to the instincts of prototypical man from 66 trillion years ago. So now they know how to control you is to create a whole new genus. And what do? You destabilize the monolith that was the archetype of humanity, and you begin to break them down slowly so that the next generations are so sick, are so denatured, are so weak, that it's easy to program them with anything. Brother told you about that in the last lecture. Yes, sister, go right next to you.
Citrus juice.
No.
Citrus juice.
You have to read your side, your what do you call it again, beloved? Read the side again. I gave you the tools, especially the women. They have to read the labels now. And if you see these things, put them down. And you see, what it is...
No, I mean the sheet.
Same thing. Oh, when you citric juicer?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, you could juice. You know, the citric juicer just simply turns the mulch. And I would suggest you take the mulch and eat the mulch or the white part, because that's where all the vitamin C is. Sister in the back, and then I'll come to you too. Yes, sister. How you doing, beloved?
I respect everything that I'm listening to you say, aside from pants. You're not gonna have to talk that.
Sure, no problem.
I have voice. I have control of my voice. I just can't do it.
I know you can't, sister. But that's a condition of the society.
I still want to be respected, even though I gotta do what I gotta do.
Sure.
You know. Assuming what you're saying is real about these additives in the products, My concern is about this orange that you're telling us to buy,
Mhm.
because genetic engineering is banned now. I mean, I respect what you're saying,
Mhm.
but the truth is we don't know what's altered and what's not if we're not growing them.
Okay.
And
Good
that's what I
point.
feel is the bottom line.
Yeah.
Because any kind of gene can be injected now. There's a lot of cross genetic things happening. I wonder if you could speak to that.
Surely. What has happened is that the international growers that are dealing in the organic farms are up in arms. They are not taking any of the seeds that Monsanto has been dealing with. They're dealing with first generation seeds only. And what the Monsanto and the rest of these corporations want to do, and you're correct, is to be able to label genetically altered food as organic. Right. But they cannot do that right now. Now, the only way that I say this, since you want to trust and don't want to trust that, is that you learn to spin that pendulum. Because the new way of you now getting into the psychic warfare that's being done, I used to teach a course in Metaphysics. Some of my students are here, where I teach you how to read the pendulum and how the pendulum can tell you whether or not you got a real food or not. Or whether or not these tablets that you're taking are real or will take energy from you rather than give it to you.
That's right.
And until you begin to understand and understand that psionics are the new science, psionic is the new form of warfare with the ultra frequencies that are being bombarded towards you right now to distort you, to change you. Then you will know that the kind of energy they use are nothing more than the energies of the earth grids, the ionosphere, the starlight energy, as well as sunlight and moonlight energy. All of them can be in your command, and you can work with that. But everybody's asking me to start a new metaphysics class. Like I said, I'm underground. I only talk to one or two of my brothers and sisters at this point. I'm only here with only the brothers that I know I can trust. The other part of it is with the pants. Let me say that before I go to here because they're present. It's necessary for me to say what is happening in our archetypal nature. We know what sisters have had to do to be able to deal in this perverse society. Again, I am not castigating my sisters for what they had to do. We know what the conditioning was. But now we must put back what was truth. We cannot continue to do what we're doing. And because of the way we are at this point, destabilizing the society so there is no integrity in the family. There is no male in the family so that there's no female so she could be a female in the family. She is taking on two roles. Again, because the male has been defeated. She has to now deal with things that where her family and her child come first. So if she has to get in the pants to roll with her sons, fine. But I'm saying that is not what is natural. It is normal. There's a big difference between what is natural and what is normal.
That's true. I understand that, Phil, but what if you work on a job where you can't bear? You understand what I'm saying? So we are not part of the workforce. That's just the way that it is.
But yeah,
I sit in a lotus position and meditate for the next 20 years on some brother, or I can take care of my business.
But who's busy? You're taking it.
So he can take care of.
You're taking it wrong. But you're taking it wrong. You're taking it.
Once the child comes out of me, whether he's there, alive, or dead, I still have to take care of my son.
But see, that's the reaction. That's the reaction I get.
I'm saying that's normal, though.
Yes, it is.
You have to do that and not to be sitting there crying away, waiting on somebody to do
But sister, did I say that? But did I say that? Right.
And some of us do have jobs and careers which necessitate that we have to, say women that are firefighters or women who are police officers or women up here. It's a job. Who wants them?
No. See, there's a difference between.
It's a job, and I'm not going to run your sisters down because they do what they have to do.
Sister, that's what I'm saying to you. When all of your options have been closed out, yeah, you got to do it. When everything has been real, then you have to change it. If the situation has been found out to be detrimental to the specific species that is being inflicted upon, you can go along and say, well, I got to do it. Or it comes a point where we say, that's it. Now, we can go ahead and say, yes, sisters are out there doing this and that, but who has created the condition for the sister to become a firefighter?
That's right.
When did it come to necessary for a sister to go down 3 feet 11, walking down with a fucking Glock on her side? When did it ever come necessary for that? That is a perversion. And you cannot keep mollycoddling and excusing the perversion because it's what we had to do. There's a point where we got to say, fuck this. And until we do that, Until we do that, no other options will show themselves to us.